Dear students, welcome to my class of physics. Today we are going to discuss about various charges present in nature, especially about the electric charges, their properties and interaction coming under the electrostatics of CHSE, CBSE, ICSE class 12 curriculum. The charges, they are already present in nature. Before going to discuss about these charges, let us see some events which are occurring in our daily life. In this picture, we see that a comb is attracting pieces of paper. In this picture, we see a lightning has occurred. So, starting from the attraction of comb and paper to a big phenomena like lightning, all are due to the electric charges present in nature. Where from these charges came? To know about the origin of charges, let me quote some lines from Bhagavad Gita. Anantarang mahasunyam sunya madhya niramayo niramaya madhya jyoti sajyoti bhagavanayo. It means, if we go to infinity, we will encounter vacuum. In that vacuum, there is a jyoti known as God. The meaning of jyoti in science, we call it as energy or prakash. When energy creates particles, it always creates in pairs of particle and antiparticle. Let us see how energy is creating a particle. Energy is represented by a photon, which is giving us a particle electron plus its antiparticle positron. Both are having mass equal to 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg and charge 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Like these particles, all other particles are also created. 1,000 millions of particles are created. And at the time of creation, nature has given some fundamental charges on these masses due to their interaction with Higgs boson, or we can say the Higgs field. There are 4 types of fundamental charges present: mass, weak charge, electric charge and color charge. It will be worth noting that all these charges present in nature cannot be created at our home or in a laboratory. They are the gift of nature to mankind, or we can say the gift of God to mankind. Let us take an example. Suppose at our birth, my mass was 2.5 kg. Now, suppose my mass is increased to 50 kg. Where from this mass came? Have we created this mass? Certainly not. I have accumulated this mass by taking a regular diet in my daily life. And what is my diet? The diet is coming from the soil, and we are eating soil every day in an edible form. So, I can mention a point here that the amount of decrease in soil of earth is equal to the amount of increase in mass in our body. So, we have not created mass, we have just mass is just converted from one form to another form. Similarly, this happens for all other fundamental charges. There are 4 types of fundamental charges I have told you. Due to these fundamental charges, we are getting stable nuclei, stable atoms, stable molecules, stable clusters and superclusters. Now, let us see these charges one by one. The four type of fundamental charges what I have told you are mass, weak nuclear charge, electric charge and Color charge. First of all, let us discuss about mass. Mass is a fundamental property. It is also known as a fundamental charge of matter. Due to mass of a body, we get gravitational force or interaction between two masses. They are mediated by gravitons. The field particles are gravitons which are massless. Therefore, gravitational force has range equal to infinity. It is the weakest among all the interactions present. The second one is weak charge. Weak charge gives weak nuclear force. It is coming out of the isotopic spin of nuclear elements. It exists inside the nucleus because it is mediated by the particles W plus, W minus and Z0 bosons which are very heavy. So, these forces are short range forces existing inside a nucleus. The third charge is my electric charge. Electric charge gives us electromagnetic force. Electromagnetic force is mediated by photons are the field particles. Again, photons are massless, so they can travel up to infinity. We get electromagnetic force range equal to infinity. And the last one is my Color charge. Color charge gives strong nuclear force. It is mediated by gluons. There are 8 types of gluons existing in 8 colors and 3 main fundamental color red, blue and green. Gluons are very much massive and therefore, the force is short range. It exists within the nucleus. So, starting from the nucleus, the nuclear stability is coming due to Color charge, atomic stability is due to the electromagnetic force which is due to my electric charge, and the equilibrium in clusters and superclusters like my solar system, my galaxy etc., they are due to the gravitational force. In this way, the fundamental forces which are already existing in nature, they are responsible for a huge equilibrium in our daily life. Now, let us discuss more about electric charges and their properties. As it is evident, we have already discussed that these fundamental charges cannot be created in laboratory. Therefore, electric charges also are there present at the time of creation of masses. There are 2 types of electric charges. Reason is, the electric charge on a body is due to an excess or deficit of electron. Excess of electron gives one type of electric charge and deficit of electron gives another type of electric charge. So, if a substance which is normally neutral is having less number of electrons than protons, then it will be positively charged. A positively charged body is lighter than the neutral one and has a greater radius. The second type is my negatively charged body. If the body has more number of electrons than proton, then the body is negatively charged, it is heavier than the neutral one and has a greater radius. Millikan derived the charge on an electron to be negative and the magnitude is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. The charge on a proton is therefore plus 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Now, question arises, what is a charge, or we can say what is an electric charge? Charge is a fundamental property of matter. We can say electric charge is a derived quantity in SI system. The dimensional formula for electric charge is AT and the SI unit of electric charge is coulomb. We can define coulomb in various ways. for a beginner, let us define Coulomb like it is that amount of charge which when flows through a wire for 1 second gives 1 ampere current. The other units of charge in CGS electrostatic unit, it is known as ESU of charge or stat coulomb. In CGS electromagnetic unit, it is known as Ab coulomb. Their values are 1 coulomb is 3 into 10 to the power 9 stat coulomb, whereas 1 coulomb is 0.1 Ab coulomb. 1 stat coulomb is also known as 1 Franklin, which is the smallest unit of charge, whereas 1 Faraday 96368 coulomb, that is the charge on 1 mole of electrons, is the biggest unit of charge. But practically in our daily life, we measure charge in ampere hour. Now, how to make a body charged? We can make a body charged in 3 different processes. The first process is by friction between 2 bodies. Suppose we consider a body A and another body B. If B is slided over the other, then electrons from A or from B, may be the either way, will be transferred. As a result, the charge on A will become positive and charge on B will become negative, because B is accepting an electron. So, therefore, during friction what happens is equal and opposite nature charge is developed on either of the bodies with exactly equal magnitude. In the beginning, we have seen the process of lightening. The lightening process is also due to the frictional charge arising on the thunder clouds. When the charge on cloud becomes greater than 30 coulomb, then the entire 16 kilometer air column becomes ionized and a discharge passes from cloud to ground. So, we get an arc and like lightning. When you rub glass rod with silk cloth, electrons from glass rod transferred to silk cloth, making glass rod positive and silk cloth negative. Similarly, when we comb our hair with a plastic comb, comb accepts an electron from hair, becomes negative, where our hair becomes positive. In our daily life, when we wear woolen cloth and sit on a plastic chair, usually charges are accumulated on our body and we are getting a shock while handshaking with others. After a long ride, when we touch the surface of our vehicle, we are getting a shock. So, all these things are due to friction, charging bodies due to friction. And the next type of production of charged bodies are by induction. We will see induction after some time. The second process in which we can produce charged bodies is known as induction. In the process of induction, we normally place a charged body near an uncharged one. Due to polarization, the charges on the charged body develops, and in some mechanism we are producing charged bodies. Now, let us see how and we are doing that mechanism in our daily life. Suppose we have a charged body having a charge plus q placed near an uncharged neutral body. So, due to the presence of this positive charge q, polarization will occur and negative charges will develop on the front face and positive charges on the rear face of the neutral body. Now, when we earth this neutral body, electrons from earth, they are collected by the body and the positive charge on the body gets neutralized. Taking the charged body as well as the grounding away, we see that the neutral body is now negatively charged. In this process, we cannot say that equal amount of charge will be developed on the body. The charge developed is given by the formula Q equal to Q0 into 1 minus 1 over K, where K is the dielectric constant. The value of K is infinity for conductors and any value between 0 and infinity for insulators or other media. Now, suppose let us take an example. Suppose we have a body having a charge of plus Q. Now, I have a dielectric sphere having dielectric constant K equal to 3. Now, in the process of induction, we can say what will be the amount of charge that will be developed on the body. The charge developed Q will be equal to or Q dash equal to Q into 1 minus 1 by 3. So, this is 2Q by 3. If Q is the inducing charge, the charge developed on the dielectric sphere will be Q dash and it is 2Q by 3, and obviously, they both have different polarity. So, therefore, your Q dash will be negative and the value is, the magnitude is 2Q by 3. But if we take this sphere as a conducting sphere, suppose this is a conducting sphere, then by definition your K becomes infinity and Q dash is equal to minus Q. This situation will not occur always. Again, the maximum charge induced on a conductor, that depends on its capacity. Let us take a small example. Suppose I have a small plate and a big plate, and small plate is positively charged. Suppose it is charged with plus Q, and the big plate is earthed. Now, since this is a big plate and the capacity of big plate is more than the capacity of the small plate, therefore, the big plate can easily induce equal and opposite amount of charge on it. But the reverse is not true. If I charge a big plate with a charge plus Q and try to induce charge on a smaller plate, since the capacity of smaller plate is small, it will be unable to induce plus Q amount of charge on it. It will be something smaller. In this process, what will happen? let the maximum capacity of smaller plate to induce a charge is minus small q. Therefore, out of this plus q charge plus small q will come to this side of the plate and the remaining charge plus q minus q will remain on this face. So, this will be the division of charge if both the conductors will have different capacity. Now, let us summarize this one. First, what we have taken, that what is the process in which charges are being developed. In induction, opposite polarity charges are developed, number 1. Number 2, what is the magnitude of charge developed? The magnitude of charge is given by q equal to q0 into 1 minus 1 by k. K is infinity for conductors, and therefore, equal and opposite amount of charge will be induced in case of conductors only. But still then, it depends on the size of the conductor, it depends on the capacity of the conductor to develop charges. So, this is about your process of induction in which we are preparing charged objects. Now, in the third process in which we can produce charged objects is our conduction. In the process of conduction also, we can make different objects charged. Suppose I have a charged body having charge plus q and a neutral body having no charge. Now, let us connect the two. When I connect the two, some charges will flow from this body to that body, body A to body B. In this process, what I will see? I will see that both of them are positively charged. But again, what is the amount of charge that will flow from one body to another body? Again, it depends on their capacity. If both the bodies have same capacity, then the total charge on the body will be equally divided. For example, suppose we have a sphere of radius r and we have another sphere of suppose radius 2r. As the capacity is proportional to radius, we will see later on in subsequent classes how capacity is proportional to radius r. For the time being, let us assume capacity is proportional to radius r. So, if C is the capacity of sphere A, then 2C will be the capacity of sphere B. Sphere A has charge plus q and sphere B has no charge. Now, when they touch each other and again we have separated them, then what we get? We get potential of A must be equal to potential of B. So, Q divided by C must be equal to QA by C must be equal to QB divided by 2C. So, QB equal to 2 times QA. So, 3 QA equal to Q. So, QA equal to Q by 3 and QB equal to 2Q by 3. So, in this process we actually, in the process of conduction, in this process we can calculate how the charges are being shared. In the process of conduction, both the bodies have same charge and the charges are produced by their capacity, depending on their capacity, charges are transferred depending on their capacity. In the process of induction, charges are developed of opposite polarity. Again, in insulators lesser amount of charge will be developed, in conductors more amount of charge will be developed, and in the process of friction we get equal and opposite charges are developed on both the bodies. So, let us wind up. Till now what we have done? We have discussed about various charges present in atmosphere, particularly discussed about some processes in which the charges are being developed, electrical charges are being developed on different objects.